Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to Soulcast. This is a podcast where we allow the soul to broadcast information, knowledge, wisdom, quotes, opinions, and so much more. Reminding everyone who is listening that this is only, and I mean only, for informative purposes. I only speak from my own experiences, okay? What is spoken on Soulcast are my truths, my beliefs, and it's all based off of what I've learned from others around me, what I've read in books, and what I experienced entirely on my own. Soulcast is here to express, shine light on, and challenge all things mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical. Everything is up for discussion over here, okay? Feel free to email us for topics you'd like us to discuss. It'll be below in every episode details, okay? Now, let's get into the good stuff. I'm Meela Nunez, your host. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone. So I previously did a recording not too long ago, and I listened to it and I was like, whoa, am I really gonna put this out there? It's really heavy, it's really intimate, it's really vulnerable, and there's a lot of moments where I obviously go on a lot of tangents. We all know this, but I think one thing that I got out of that when I was listening was that I was taking ownership for the things that I lacked awareness in. I was taking ownership in my projections and my insecurities, and allowing fear to take over and I would say fog up my present moments, right? So this week I faced a lot of ego. I faced a lot of insecurities and dark thoughts and dark emotions and feelings that just were just piling up, right? And I know it all has to do with the fact that I am going through a lot of transitions, right? And because I'm going through a lot of transitions, I am allowing my mind to be spread thin so much. I want to be here. I want to be there. I want to go here. I want to go there. Let's be a part of this. How about we do that? And for me, because I get super excited and I get super passionate and I tend to have my thoughts everywhere, and I am in my own head to where it's like, what do I want to do? What do I do? To where it takes away from the present. And so this week taught me a lot, and I just want to first and foremost apologize if anything I have ever said on my podcast offended anyone. If anything on my podcast sounded very uptight, snooty, or like as a know-it-all, because I get so, ooh, I learned this, ooh, I learned that, I'm very proud. And I don't mean for it to come off like, oh, because I know this and this is what it is, this is what I've learned. It can come off that way. And I really do not mean for it to. And I have to take accountability for that, because the fact that I'm not aware of how it could come out and not saying it in that certain way is very, very eye-opening, right? There are moments where, because I'm all over the place and I want to do this, and I want to explore every option and every outlet, I am not aware of my present surroundings, and I'm not paying attention because I am, for one, trying to do many things at one time, or on the flip side, I am hyper-focused on one thing. And because of that, it doesn't respect other people's times. If I'm with other people, if I'm hanging out with someone else, or when I am out at an event or something, right? I get in my own head. I get in my own mind. What do we do? What's next? And I move fast. I move way too fast. So how can I move at a decent time in a decent space to be able to see and be aware of my surroundings, become more mindful of how and what I say to other people and making sure it's respectful. You know, I like to gather information. I like to talk. I like to do this. I like to talk about my experiences, right? And I tend to overtake the conversation. So my challenge for myself for October and just moving forward month after month, day by day, is to allow other people space. You know, yes, I've minimalized and belittled myself so much to the point where I project that onto other people as well, right? Other people's matter. This is what they feel is matter. This is what people pleasing, right? And when I was people pleasing, I was dismissing my own thoughts and feelings, which allowed passive aggressiveness to arise. And lo and behold, that's my karma, right? That's what's a full circle, where I start to experience passive aggressiveness and I'm like, oh gosh, why? You know, but then I have to remember, I was there. I did that. What is the underlying reason? You know, so being able to be mindful of how I put information out there, how I move, and making sure that I am respecting everyone and their boundaries. You know, I am someone who does care about their image, and that's associated with ego. I am someone who cares about what they look like, associated with ego. All of this stuff comes from my insecurities, right? I have an insecurity of not being liked, pretending to be a know-it-all, or thinking I know it all. And when I'm being faced with a learning or educating moment, I beat myself up first. And when I'm frustrated with myself, I end up projecting it in a way that it makes it seem like it's that other person's fault, when it's not. Because I'm in my head, like, I should have known this. You should have known this, Meela. Like, I'm my hugest and my most biggest inner critic. And when that happens, I'm already in my head. I'm no longer present. I internalize and personalize and take it to heart. Take it to heart. And I guess for me to say is that I ask for these feedbacks. I ask only because I am someone who knows that I need accountability when I'm not seeing it. I've also uncovered a lot of unconscious bias and discrimination, and it may not initially be from me. However, because I grew up in such a certain way and I'm trying to break away from it, it shows that it still exists, you know, consciously or unconsciously. And I don't want to be an asshole anymore. I don't want to be that Sour Patch Kid. I don't want to be that person who burns bridges anymore. You know, I because of ego, I've shattered a lot of things, great things that people considered that I was blocking my blessings, you know, because I wanted it my way. And so this week was really, really eye-opening for me. And today I'm going to be having a lot of uncomfortable conversations and hard truths, and also setting boundaries with not only others, but with myself. And these are the growing pains, and it's painful and it hurts, you know, because I'm someone who just didn't used to care. I'm like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares anyways, you know, but that's another form of ego too, right? So I want to be more mindful and aware, and I would like to practice empathy. This episode was just to kind of shine light on things that I may be facing and others might be as well, or may not, or just can relate. It off-put me. It shook me to the core, to where it's like, whoa, okay, Meela, you're not respecting people's times. What is your tone? How are you speaking to people? What message are you delivering? what energy are you really giving out? Like, are you saying one thing and doing another? I want to be sure that I'm more mindful. And with that being said, I am going to be bringing people on that have their own personal experiences that I personally cannot speak on in certain topics, right? My idea, my belief, my understanding, my experiences is not all that matters. And because this is called Soulcast, it's not just my Soulcast. It's the souls of others that I want to broadcast and put out there so that we all can feel connected, and remembering that message and that intent, right, is to connect and to find community and be accepted and have a safe space. So I'm holding myself accountable by bringing other people who can share their light, who can put their messages out there, educate where I cannot, because I am not one for all, know it all, So thank you guys for continuously, listening to my podcast and giving that empathy and giving me your time and your energy. That I appreciate that so much. And I want to be the first to say that I am doing constructive changes and I'm going to be slowing down a lot more. We got this. Thank you guys, and I can't wait for what's next.